seeing the action. There's a million security men. If you think you can take it, great ball. Hey, I'll let you get me first. I'll let you get me first.
Keep talking.
Fuck the mom.
Give me, good rounds, and I prove myself, I challenge myself, and I see KABAYEL'S is okay, we can fight with the good names. And now I stay in the Riyadh season and the biggest card.
Very hurt by that, and I was thinking, what's gone on here? Like, how has this happened to me, God? And I realised that everything's God's plan and God's timing, and I'm just so thankful and so blessed to be in this position and on the verge of a massive return in 2026.
Self, as you said, but do you feel like you've calmed down a bit now?
I've got a lot going on in my life, a lot going on, but I need respect putting on my name because
He's just a fucking idiot, plain and simple. I mean, geez, look, we've all seen the tantrums he's had, headbutting walls and headbutting people and smashing perspex glass and holding his bowls and saying he's the king of the world and King Kong bowls and whatever else. And I was just fed up of it.
Breaking news. John Fury explodes in anger at Tyson Fury over shocking fight demands involving Agit KABAYEL. Tension rises fast as emotions boil over in the Fury camp. Heated words fly as family pressure increases, creating chaos and drama. The boxing world is watching this explosive situation closely.
This way. Go on, calm down. Calm down. Go on. Fuck him. Tear the fucking head off. Go on.
Eddie Hearn reacts strongly to John Fury's public outburst about Tyson Fury and the KABAYEL fight demands. He says it's painful to see a father and son clash so openly in front of the world. Hearn calls the situation messy, emotional, and unnecessary, adding that family disputes should never spill into professional boxing discussions like this.
John Fury talked to Charlie Daly of the Daily Mail, and one thing he's actually said is that Tyson Fury is no longer that fighter. He's split up with Tyson for now. And what do you make of that? Do you feel like Tyson isn't there no more? Do you feel do we not know right now?
I don't. I watched the interview. I think it's. I hate to see that. I hate to see, especially father and son, speaking publicly, and I don't even really want to comment on it. I think Tyson Fury's a great fighter. I think he looks like he's working extremely hard in training camp.
Agit KABAYEL responds with confidence, calling Tyson Fury a monster, but insists every opponent he has faced has been dangerous. He calls himself the Ghostbuster, saying he is ready for any challenge without fear. KABAYEL'S calm but confident mindset shows he is fully prepared, focused, and not distracted by the chaos happening outside the ring.
He's a strong man, he's a big man, he's like a monster, but every opponent in my career is like a monster. I'm the Ghostbuster. We will see, I'm ready for the next challenge, and let's go.
He said he's gonna bang you, no did he?
Yes, I heard. You say you will bang me, but my name is Agit KABAYEL. I say this.
Frank Warren says nobody wanted the situation involving Big John Fury, calling it completely unnecessary and avoidable. He explains that he and Tyson Fury were not even in the room when it happened and only saw the footage later. Warren distances himself from the chaos, making it clear the incident created discomfort across the camp. His reaction shows how messy and unwanted the situation became for everyone involved in the Fury side.
But it was a typical Spursy, wasn't it? They let us down.
Frank? What about? I've got to ask you, and I know you got to be careful, but Big John Fury, there's no need for that, was there?
No, look, it's nobody wants anything like that.
No.
And Tyson and I were doing an interview at the time in another room, and came out, and we obviously were unaware. And a couple of people showed us the footage back. No one wants it.
Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall react to the heated situation around John Fury, warning that he can steam straight in without hesitation. Tommy suggests John's aggression could explode at any moment, while Eddie Hall reacts with concern, questioning how far things could go if tensions rise again. The conversation turns serious as both highlight John's unpredictable nature and the danger of uncontrolled emotions in a high-pressure boxing environment surrounding Tyson Fury's camp and the fight demands.
Blocks you,
yeah.
I'm telling you now, he'll steam straight into you.
What's he going to do, headbutt?
Oh, listen, he's done 12 years for a fight, so he's not bothered about anything like that. So
if there's any kids in the audience, I'm fighting.
Agit KABAYEL'S speaks from the heart, saying he has trained his entire life for moments like this and has dreamed of becoming a world champion since childhood. He believes that, inshallah, his time will come on the biggest stage. While chaos surrounds the Fury camp and John Fury creates public drama, KABAYEL'S stays completely focused on his goal. He refuses to be distracted by outside noise, showing calm belief, discipline, and hunger. His mindset proves he is fully locked in on success and nothing will break his concentration.
You know, I train for this, you know, I train for the gold, you know. This is my dream, you know, my dream. I was a small kid. I say, inshallah, when I come in the biggest stage, I will be a world champion. You know, this is what I want. First I will fight with.
Tyson Fury responds to questions in Daily Mail Boxing about his father's public criticism, saying John Fury is just a concerned parent who wanted him to retire. This moment highlights deep tension within the Fury family, where personal disagreements are now playing out in the media. The situation adds pressure to Tyson's camp, creating uncertainty and emotional strain. Meanwhile, KABAYEL continues training quietly and chasing his dream without distraction. The contrast is clear. One side is dealing with internal conflict, while the other remains fully focused on building a path toward championship glory.
Look, I did have that conversation with your dad, and he was talking about your preparation for the fight and where he believes you're at in your career. What did you make of the comments when you heard them?
I just make of it a concerned parent. My dad wanted me to retire.
Boxing World reacts with shock and disgust, calling the entire situation between Tyson and John Fury a clown show, and saying even Netflix should be embarrassed to be linked with it. They describe near misses from powerful right hands that usually end fights in seconds, questioning what they just witnessed and whether things were fully under control. This reaction from serious boxing voices puts massive pressure on the Fury camp at the worst possible moment. With family drama already boiling inside the camp, the controversy now risks completely overshadowing Tyson Fury's preparation for one of the biggest fights of his career.
Disgraceful, shameless. Netflix themselves, who want to be taken seriously as a boxing network, should spit on their own face for putting on such a clown stat. That is unbelievable.
Where he was making shots miss his whiskers by millimeters. Some of them big right hands that have rendered people unconscious in round 1 and round 2 many times.
John Fury defends his behavior by saying he is simply being himself, a rough, real man who never pretends to be royalty or act like a gentleman. He insists that if people are offended by his words, then they don't understand the fight game. However, his explanation only fuels more criticism across boxing circles. Many believe John operates without thinking about consequences, creating constant drama around his son Tyson Fury, who is trying to stay focused on training while his father repeatedly brings controversy into the public spotlight and disrupts camp preparation.
Mate, you know, but listen, I'm not trying to be anything than what I am. A raggle-taggle gypsy. I'm not trying to be royalty, I'm not trying to be a gentleman, I'm not trying to be anything, I'm just being me. And if people can get offended on what I'm saying, it's the fight.
Carl Froch delivers a brutal and emotional reaction on John Fury behavior at Tyson Fury, calling the entire a complete mockery of boxing and saying it is disgusting and disgraceful on every possible level. He says John is responsible for this chaos, should be embarrassed, and cannot understand why anyone would behave in such a public, chaotic, and damaging way. Froch speaks with the authority of a former world champion who knows exactly what real professionalism means in boxing, and his words land like a final verdict on unacceptable behavior. While all this drama surrounds the Fury camp, he points out that fighters like Agit KABAYEL are staying focused on training and goals. Froch's reaction shows how badly the image of the sport is being damaged by unnecessary chaos and family conflict.
It just makes a mockery of boxing and just disgust and disgrace the room. I mean, it's disgusting and disgraceful what he's done. He should be embarrassed. I hope he is embarrassed. But It's not acceptable. I don't know why.
Agit KABAYEL'S speaks calmly and with confidence, saying that many fighters in the heavyweight division only chase big fights for money rather than real competition. He explains that when he has tried to make fights happen, he has often seen hesitation or lack of real commitment from the other side. KABAYEL respects boxing as a business, but makes it very clear that he wants proper challenges based on merit, not hype. His honest and composed attitude stands in sharp contrast to the chaos inside the Fury camp involving Tyson Fury and John Fury. While others are surrounded by drama and controversy, KABAYEL remains focused on discipline, hard work, and proving himself inside the ring against anyone who is truly willing to step up and fight.
It's scared for you, scared for me, but I think so. He beat so much big guys in this division. I think he will only the big fights for the money. I'm respected, but yeah, he will not do sport competition.
Have you and him ever spoke before about actually getting the fight on? When you speak to him, does he seem like he wants the fight with you?
Joe Egan erupts with real anger, saying the world wants someone to have put manners on John Fury and claims he is ready to do it himself. He questions how John Fury can behave this way during the most important week of his son Tyson Fury's career. Egan says if John cannot act as a proper ambassador for boxing, then he should step away from the sport completely. His words reflect the frustration many fans feel but do not say publicly. Egan's emotional reaction shows how far the situation has gone, with respected voices now openly challenging John Fury's actions and demanding accountability for behavior that is damaging the sport's image and creating unnecessary chaos around a major championship fight buildup.
The world wants to see manners put on this man, and I am the man to do that. The week of your son's biggest fight of his life, John, and you conduct yourself like this. If you're not going to conduct yourself properly and behave as an ambassador for the greatest sport in the world, crawl back into the rodent hole that you came out of.
Joe Rogan gives a powerful breakdown, saying the fighter in question only needs to land one clean shot and everything can fall apart instantly. He explains that while every heavyweight can hit hard, this particular fighter is operating on a completely different level that cannot be compared to anyone else in the division. For Agit KABAYEL, this level of praise highlights just how dangerous the situation becomes once the fight begins. Rogan's words reinforce the idea that all the outside drama, family conflict, and press chaos mean nothing once real punches start landing. In that moment, focus, preparation, and timing decide everything, and KABAYEL is being seen as someone who must be fully ready for the most dangerous challenge of his entire career.
Problems. That guy, he just has to touch you once.
Shit's going down.
He's so different than anybody else in the division. Like, he knocks everybody out. Everybody hits hard. They all hit hard.
But
that
shit
fucking
down.
dude hits hard.
Carl Frock points out a key moment that perfectly sums up the entire situation. Agit KABAYEL was the only person at the press conference not distracted or filming, yet Big John Fury still targeted him like a bully. Frock says John Fury did apologize, which is fair, but also makes it clear that an apology does not erase the behavior or change how it looked to the world. He emphasizes that KABAYEL handled everything with calmness and professionalism, refusing to react or escalate the situation. In contrast, the Fury camp was surrounded by chaos and embarrassment. Frock's analysis shows that KABAYEL'S quiet discipline stood out more than any words or arguments, proving that true professionalism is shown through actions, especially when everything around you is falling apart.
He's the only one that didn't have his phone out filming, and Big John went for him. He's like a bully. He's a proper bully boy. He deserved an apology, and he apologised. So fair enough there, he's apologised, but he's still a
What you've just witnessed is not simply a family argument or a promotional stunt gone wrong. This is the complete and total unraveling of one of boxing's most complicated and unpredictable camps at the worst possible moment, and the entire sport is watching every single second of it with disbelief and shock. John Fury, the man who is supposed to be a pillar of support and strength behind his son, has instead chosen to publicly attack Tyson, call him out in front of the whole world, and create a level of chaos inside the camp that no fighter should ever have to deal with in the final weeks before the biggest night of his career. This is not the fight game anymore. This is a family in crisis playing out its deepest tensions on the most public stage imaginable. And nobody knows where it ends or what damage it leaves behind when the dust finally settles. But here is what makes this situation even more explosive and significant. While the Fury family implodes, while John screams and threatens and embarrasses everyone connected to the Fury name, Agit KABAYEL is sitting quietly in his training camp, working in silence, chasing his dream, and growing stronger with every single session that passes. KABAYEL did not come to this sport for drama or headlines. He came for the belt, for the title, for the moment he dreamed about as a small child, saying inshallah one day he would stand on the biggest stage as a world champion. And every piece of chaos coming from the Fury side only adds fuel to that fire burning inside him. Eddie Hearn sees it. Carl Froch sees it. Joe Rogan sees it. Joe Egan sees it. Frank Warren sees it. Every serious voice in boxing is now pointing in the same direction and asking the same question. How can a fighter perform at his absolute best when his own father is publicly tearing him apart and creating headlines that have nothing to do with boxing and everything to do with ego control? In a family dynamic that is clearly broken down beyond what cameras can fully capture, the answer is simple. He cannot, and KABAYEL knows it. That is why he stays calm. That is why he keeps training. That is why he keeps dreaming. Because while John Fury plays games with his son's legacy and the boxing world watches in horror, KABAYEL is becoming more dangerous, more focused, and more ready with every day that passes. The demands have been made, the heated words have been spoken, the cameras have captured everything, and now only one thing remains. The ring, the bell, and the moment when all of this noise finally transforms into the most important fight of both men's lives. John Fury can shout all he wants. But inside those ropes, it is KABAYEL who will have the final word.